Welcome to Five or Flop, a podcast for the best and worst historical fiction has to offer. I'm your host, Erin.
And I'm Grace, and it's our last bonus episode for season 3.
And Grace, I don't know if you heard the subtle emphasis in my voice when I said worst, but I think it really translates to, the things we have watched so far for these bonus episodes.
I feel like what we're watching today sits in the category of fun that we reference with Bridgerton and the other Boleyn girl.
I think that's fair.
Because could I say they were good? No. Could I say we had a blast? Yeah.
And I think it's important to know the context in which we watch these. So let's talk about what we actually watched, and then we'll talk about when we watched them.
Okay, yeah. So we're watching, as we said last week, the Dear America Royal Diaries spin-off short films. I believe these were intended to be watched on the TV that they wheeled into your classroom at school.
And I definitely watched, giving it away, we watched The Irish Mail Girl, Dear America. I definitely watched that specific one in school on a wheeled-in television.
And I am very jealous of you for that. So we watched those, but we did not watch them back-to-back together. In fact, we watched Cleopatra after Catherine Called Birdie, and we watched The Irish Mail Girl after Ashes in the Snow.
We grouped together the happy ones and the sad ones for this. And also, I don't think we could have justified getting our friends together again for an hour-long viewing of these two things.
They're busy people.
We had to stick to two. We tried to limit, because really, whenever we watch something with the pod, really, it's only us who need to watch it, but we corral
everyone else.
Corral, invite, same thing.
Yeah.
But yes, so we watched Cleopatra at the same time as Catherine Called Birdie, and then we figured we would, lump Dear America in at the tail end of Ashes in the Snow, because we assumed Mary would die of cholera again.
These two films,
if you can call them films.
I will, because I don't know what else to call them. These two films are so alike and yet so different.
I think, can I say the way I think they're most alike?
Yes.
They both had a wig budget of exactly $0. It's like they had to go to... what's the wig equivalent of Goodwill?
Party City.
Party City, thank you. They had to go to Party City, and they said, in exchange for one shift of really bad work, we will take every single wig you have.
And they were not... You are correct. They were really bad.
They had no money for a good wig. And let's just talk about Cleopatra first. We watched it first. The wig is arguably worse.
Yeah, and there are multiple versions of the wig.
Yeah.
Like, she has a short hair look, she has a long hair look, and she also has a formal wig for formal occasions.
And we were very confused as to what her actual hair length was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. However, the thing about Cleopatra that shocked me the most was its insane loyalty to the plot of the book.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were like, okay, it's a movie about Cleopatra. It's quote-unquote based on the Royal Diaries. But as we touched on in the Royal Diaries, that is not the most famous part of Cleopatra's life.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that perhaps they might start it when she's young or expand to when she's older. Or even just kind of cut all that stuff off and do it when she's older. But no, it's extremely faithful to the plot of the book. You have her sister trying to kill her. You have her going to Rome with her stupid dad. You even have her servants that are in love. Mm-hmm. They're much stupider in the film.
They had a very big part of this 25-minute film.
Yeah, they got to hold hands. The guy, I think, was wearing probably the worst wig, which is crazy because Cleopatra had 3.
Really bad.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a comparison for the hair. And I would say it's like if you went to Party City and you said,
this episode is sponsored by Party City Wigs, actually.
And you were like, I need a Halloween costume. And they said, who do you want to be? And you said, Velma Kelly from Chicago.
Oh my God.
That's kind of what it looked like.
That is the vibe with the bangs and all. Yeah, that was the vibe.
Blunt bob, blunt bangs.
Yeah, it was truly horrendous. What's also interesting about, the appearance of, two things aside. Mm-hmm. The cover image for this, she just looks so stoned in it.
She really does.
And I think that's important because that appears as the cover image for every single one of...
Even the ones that are about different royal diaries.
Yes, it still is that same cover image. So speaking of which, Santiago and I did go home and watch the other two.
Wait, who are the other two?
Isabel Jewel of Castilla.
I love Isabel Jewel of Castilla.
Elizabeth I.
Okay, which one was the best one?
I have no idea. I don't know how to pick. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
They're all special in their own
They're all
special
special
way.
in their own way, and we simply do not have enough time for a debrief on every single one.
Mhm.
However, I would encourage, if you're ever just like need a pick-me-up,
Okay.
there you go. But
Noted.
they made Cleopatra look ambiguously old because they kept the Mark Antony plotline in there.
Yes, it was much more toned down, but she was of ambiguous age, and by that we mean they didn't tell you how old she was. But
She's
she was
definitely not 12.
clearly portrayed by an actress who had, to put it very bluntly, had gone through puberty.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't really have a problem with this.
Yeah, that was fine with me.
Like, if you're going to show this to children, that's not going to make it more inaccurate than it already is. I mean, I guess it is in like a literal sense going to make it more inaccurate, but
I will say this is all I'll say on the other ones, because that's not the point of this episode. It was in stark contrast to Elizabeth I, who was like a child.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was interesting. I was like fine with it, because I'm like, you're going to keep this in. You're going to like theoretically show this in schools. Like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
She can be ambiguously aged.
And also, though, she was very much slaying, like she did in the book. She was very much being a girl boss. Like, her dad was an idiot. She was holding her own against Cicero, who's being two-faced to her. Like, she called in all the senators from Rome and gave them a speech. She's the one who got them back to Egypt to take over from her backstabbing sister, because it's the second sister, because the older one died.
Yeah, the second sister, whose name is apparently not Bernice. It's Berenice? Something
we were surprised by that.
We both exclaimed loudly how wrong we were.
Yes. So I don't feel bad about what we did, because how are we supposed to know better? But we're informing you that we were misinformed.
Yes, very, very. This is not one of the ones where we're going to go back and edit the pod description on Spotify to be like, we were wrong.
Yeah.
But we were wrong.
Anyway, so if your name is Berenice, we apologize to you.
Can we talk about the biggest change?
Let's talk.
The fact that she had a cat.
Yeah, that was such a downgrade, and it was 100% due to the budget.
Oh, yeah.
The leopard in the book was just a cat.
They did not have the budget for a leopard. So also when the cat was like, when they left Egypt and she's like, no one's found my cat, it was a lot less suspicious.
Yeah, and she left her friend behind who was like the tutor, and she was like, please look after my cat. And it's like, I think that if it's a normal cat, it can look after itself.
But during all of this, dealing with the Romans, dealing with Egypt and her siblings, she still had time to buy necklaces and jewelry for her cat. And that was really me and Flynn.
The cat was really swagged out.
Yeah. It's like all the pictures we take of Flynn when she's really dressed up. When she wears her puka shells to watch Survivor with us every Wednesday.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, this one was crazy. What I did like about it, it had a kind of like a little ending moment where it gave like here's what happened over the rest of her life.
Yes, so it wasn't leaving the kids hanging.
No. Which was appreciated. So at least it did have a bit... In terms of, if we're going to compare the two in terms of like the history that's in there, this one probably was better.
Yes, definitely. Because let's segue into talking about the Irish mill girl. I said that Cleopatra was extremely faithful to the book. I cannot say the same about the Irish mill girl. Which had a completely fabricated second storyline.
Main storyline, honestly, once she got there.
Yeah, like the first half was like as expected. And then it took an insane left turn.
They got rid of pretty much a lot of the notable characters. Everyone she met on the boat was not in it. The blind girl was not in it. All the people who died.
Except for the boy.
Except for the boy, Sean. And they got rid of her bitch sister who hated her.
Justice for that, because I wanted to see how they were going to handle the bitch sister.
Yeah.
And also, okay, one thing at a time. So... what they change is that Sean ends up living with her and her aunt.
Her aunt who's not as weirdly, like...
Weird.
Not as weirdly weird, but you know what yeah.
She's a normal aunt.
It's normal.
But Sean lives with her and gets a job digging ditches.
Yes.
So it's very much like, work for the Irish scum or whatever.
Exactly.
But then it's like pretty normal. She's working in the mill. The girls, there's like tension between the Irish and the Americans. They talk about the Union.
Her American friend didn't hate the Irish as much as she did in the book, though.
No, they toned that down because they were like, the children watching will be American and we can't let them think Americans are bad people. Yeah. However, my biggest quibble, the girl did not get scalped.
No, they had to cut her hair. And it didn't even get caught in the machine. It got caught like on a gear on the side. And they just like immediately whipped out scissors and cut it off.
Yeah, so it absolutely was her fault that she just had to get like a piece of her hair trimmed.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how are they going to show, this to school children if she gets scalped?
And honestly, I know I saw this, but I clearly don't remember because I thought it just like heard the commotion off screen.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. But no, they completely wimped out and it was very bad, and I'm wagging my finger at them.
On the subject of hair, let's jump back to wigs for a moment.
Yes.
Mary had a crazy wig.
Okay, she had
so much hair.
The thickest, most voluminous hair ever, and it was jet black.
Yeah.
That is not a hair color that I associate with the Irish.
And no, there is like a population in Ireland with like dark hair like that. But if you're making a movie, which frankly is going to rely on a lot of stereotypes, make her a redhead, like have the kids lean into it,
blonde or something. Yeah. Like the
kids aren't going to know about like the Irish population with black hair. Like,
yeah. Well, also like very clearly fake too. It's not like they cast an actress who just had dark hair.
No.
Like it was clearly a giant wig.
Massive wig.
I mean, good for her. She was working it. But yeah, it was very incongruous.
So let's get into the rest of the movie because that hair cutting, scalping happens very quickly.
Yeah. It's about halfway through the movie that they start to diverge. And it's when they diverge is the American friend is like, why don't you come to my house for basically a union meeting? She doesn't call it that, but like that's what it is. Because they have like the list of names, and if your name gets put on it, the mill knows you're a rabble rouser and they won't give you work. So she's going to this meeting and Sean follows her and is like, I don't think you should go to the meeting because they'll put your name on the list. And then they get hate crimed by a bunch of American boys.
Yes. And so basically they pin Sean up against the wall. They're like beating him up real bad. And then Mary is like trying to break free. But then thank God some other Irish come.
Yes.
And
their aid.
One of them kills one of the Americans with a rock.
Yes, by throwing a rock at his head and he dies. So Mary and Sean get away and they go back home. But then the police come and arrest Sean because the other American boys said Sean killed our friend with a rock.
Yes. So then they have to go to trial.
So it becomes a courtroom drama.
Mary has to stand witness.
So then, the big dilemma is, and again, like none of this holds up logically at all. Because all of the American boys who are beaten up testify that guy killed our friend with a rock. Kind of case closed. Mm-hmm. And Mary's like, well, I'm there and I know the truth. So if I testify, it means Sean will go free. And it's like,
because,
okay.
yes, justice is just.
Yeah, because like I will tell the truth. And I'm watching and I'm like, well, you are the dirty Irish, no offense. And they are the good Americans. Who is the judge going to believe? Also, there's 3 of them and 1 of you. But, however, if she testifies, that means they're going to ask where she was going and she'll have to say to the rabble-rousing union meeting.
So she does. And the judge is like, well, you were willing to lose your job, so you are definitely telling the truth. He's free.
Which I was not expecting, to be honest. Like, I know they were going to have to, like, free him somehow. But I figured, like, I don't know, they were going to bust him out of jail and send him back to Ireland or something.
And I think the only thing that happens in the book, even he was, like, caught up in the midst of a fight or something, and, like, she, like, talks to him, and then he runs away, and then the epilogue, it's like he was never seen again.
Yeah, because they weren't even, like, they were on the boat together, but then she goes to Lowell, and he's in, like, Boston or something. Like, they don't see each other again, really.
Yeah. There's, like, that one brief moment.
Yeah. But then once he has his freedom, he's like, I'm going to go out west. Like, you, like, please come with me. And for whatever reason, she says no.
Yeah, she has, like, no reason to do that.
And he's like, you're going to stay here and work in the mill instead? And she's like, I like working in the mill.
She doesn't even, like, have her mill job.
Oh, yeah, because she got fired.
She's like, I'll figure something out.
She's like, I'll just do something. I don't know. And then, so he leaves, and
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But no cholera deaths, so I guess it's still
no
an upgrade.
cholera deaths that we know of, because there was no epilogue. So like how Cleopatra wrapped things up nicely, there wasn't even like a life in America at this time type of thing at the end. It just ended.
Yeah, I feel like you got an extremely vague idea of what was going on in the mills, but I don't think there's anything to be learned from the courtroom part.
No, I think frankly, all it was like propaganda of like, oh, see how just America is? This would have never happened in Ireland. It didn't say that, but like that was the vibe.
Oh, but then of course, so they need to like pay a lawyer for Sean, and they use the money that Mary had been saving to bring her parents over from Ireland because she finds out they're dead.
Oh yeah, that I forgot about that. That was sad.
Yeah. But like, at least, you know, the money goes to a good purpose.
Yeah,
because
right.
It keeps Sean
and I'm
out
like,
of jail.
I don't really know what the lawyer did because it was just Mary's testimony.
I know. I guess he had to like file stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it was not.
And even in the narration, they were like, the money wasn't enough to hire the best lawyer or the second best lawyer, but he is a lawyer.
They did say "tis" a lot, and they said, what was it instead of "thank you"? It was like "ta."
Ta.
They said
ta for a lot of stuff.
So that might be entering the vernacular soon.
Ta, yeah, it was fun. But otherwise, I don't know. It's tough to sum this one up because it was not
reflective of what we read.
It was not reflective of the book. And I would not say that it wasn't fun to watch, but I would not say that it was fun to watch either.
It was not as fun as Royal Diaries was to watch because that was much more blatantly bad.
Yeah, and it was not high camp either.
No.
It was very medium.
Yes. It's like you could tell they were trying to be good.
Yeah. And there were some things that you could laugh at, like, for example, the completely different storyline in The Bad Wig.
But you would have to know the storyline was different to laugh at that.
Exactly, which our friends did not.
No.
I will say, data scientist Ashley was asleep during this movie, so she has no comment.
Okay, that's fair. I figured.
So
things that don't surprise me.
Yeah, no, for real. Ashley being sleepy.
So true. I'm actually surprised I have not fallen asleep during a pod movie yet, because I am prone to falling asleep I've turned it to Jen. Specifically during movies, I will fall asleep now.
It's because you have a type A personality, so you know that we have a job to do.
I am there to take notes. I am there to record what Diana says, and honestly, Diana didn't give us as many hits this time.
No. To be fair, everyone is excused from making commentary on Ashes in the Snow.
Yeah, Diana did give us a great comparison to the migrant woman.
Yes, photograph. So she did give us that. Okay. And then Catherine called Birdie. Frankly, it delivers more than you can answer to.
I feel like most of the group's comments on that one was simply the soundtrack.
The soundtrack and the cast.
Yeah, which is, what we... not the soundtrack, but the cast, what we expected.
Yeah. We knew about it in advance. And it was just delivering on so much punch that, we did not need to augment it.
These ones, we really honed in on the wigs.
Yeah. That was, to be frank, that was the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But, I would watch some of the other ones as, I don't know, a pregame event or something.
You make a drinking game out of it?
I think we could make it happen.
I think we could. That'll be our next bonus episode when we revisit this after we play the drinking game.
Yeah.
Also, but before we play that game, should we play our other favorite game?
Casting Hugh Jackman and Jonathan Bailey?
Yes.
Okay. Let's think.
Should we do, or let's broaden this, if you were to cast them in another Royal Diaries or Dear America. However, I will say on the Dear America front, not Jonathan Bailey, Hugh Jackman, I would keep in this one, and I would make him the owner of the mill.
Okay. I think if we're doing these two then, I'll take Jonathan Bailey, and I think he should be Cicero.
Yeah.
I think he would be good at doing, the two-faced backstabbing thing, and I think he would have fun.
That would be good.
If I was to put them in any of the other ones, or just the ones that we read for the pod?
Let's stick to the pod.
Okay, let's keep our people informed. Give me a second.
Jonathan Bailey, I might make the Tsar in Anastasia.
He could do it.
He could
could pull it off. Hold on, I need to think even, what are we, reading? You know what I think then? I think Hugh Jackman should be Louis the 15th.
Yes.
We'll give them both titles.
Yes, they both deserve titles.
Yeah. Hugh Jackman would camp it up if he has, like, a gross mistress that no one likes. He would have fun.
Oh, yeah. And then for Dear America,
I think Jonathan Bailey should be Annetka's true love from The Coal Miner's Bride that joins the Union.
That would be good. Yeah. That would be good.
He would appear and he would disappear. He would weave in and out of the narrative.
Yeah. And you know what? I could give Hugh Jackman to the husband she had to marry.
For two loves?
Keep it in the family.
Well, I was going to say, honestly, he could be like the dad that sold her to the husband.
He could be the dad.
See, it's hard to place because he's a man of an age. So his roles in terms of the Dear America universe are more limited.
Yes.
I do think he would be, just in terms of his personality, like, don't try and cancel me, people. I think he would be good in the role of Jahanara's father, but obviously he could not portray that role.
No.
But I think he has the attitude.
But yes, I do think, yeah.
So.
Okay. All right, and I believe we have some exciting news to share.
I think we do, Erin.
So, as you know, last week we announced that our Storygraph Reading Challenge was live and ready for you all to make assumptions of what our theme is.
And Erin, since you were the one that came up with our beautiful title for the season, I think you should be able to reveal what it is.
And I really hope we're not important enough to get a copyright infringement, because season 4 is Reading Rainbow and we are reading queer historical fiction books.
Yes. So we have done our best to spread out not only now through a variety of time periods and cultures, but through LGBTQ plus identities as well.
And this is more important of a time than ever to be elevating these voices and stories. So we are really excited. We've already started reading some of the books, as you know. But now we hope you can get just as excited as us.
Yes. So don't forget to be joining that Storygraph Reading Challenge and get excited for the season, because not only are we reading some fives and some flops, we're going to have some returning guests, but also some new guests.
Hopefully. We are trying to get some new guests. We also have an author, and I will reveal along the way. There's an author this season that I have an existing hatred for.
See, it's not a good and interesting season if we only are reading fives. We have to read some flops.
We actually specifically looked for some flops, too. We took some recommended flops.
Yes, so we'll have to see if the people that we knew who recommended flops were correct.
Yes.
Maybe they turn out to be fives and we have new beef.
Exactly.
I don't know, but I am so excited for this new season.
I am really excited. It's already off to a fun start from, like I said, I started Gwen and Art Are Not in Love, so I'm already having a very fun time.
And I am reading Fellow Travelers, and I have watched the show. So we don't even have to guess who Jonathan Bailey would be cast as, because we already know.
It's easy.
Yeah. We just have to think of who Hugh Jackman would be. And exactly. I have an answer to that in my head, which you'll have to wait for the premiere of season 4 to hear.
Where we will have a special guest.
We will. And it's someone you know and love.
And we do as well. But no spoilers on that quite yet. In the meantime, make sure you're following us on social media at @FireFlop_pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And make sure to check out that Storygraph Reading Challenge now that it's live. And we still have our old seasons up there as well. So if you do decide to go back and read 40 some odd children's books, it's all available.
Yes. And if you have anything that you think we should read, even though we've already set up the lineup for this season,
we have more seasons to come.
You should fill out our recommendation form anyway in the bio of any of our social medias. Or with that or any other query, you can email us at fiberfloppodcast@gmail.com.
And until then.
Until 3 weeks from now.
Exactly.
When we premiere season 4.
Happy reading books in advance, so we're ready for our season 4 premiere.
Bye.
Bye.